Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Zip Whip.
All right. Samantha's
I hate
here.
all these dumb upstart names for all these silly companies.
I guess they have to do that so that it can be a name that
Sticks in your brain, right?
Also, that's not like anything else. So people Google it, it goes to you. If you just,
Well, now we use the term.
because of
I think they're hoping
search engine.
you did a great job of executing exactly what I was thinking. You said they're going to Google it. Well, I mean, that was a verb we never used, right? Let's Google it. So they're hoping that their silly name will become like, hey, Butler, Zip Whip that for me, right?
Yeah.
They're hoping that you become.
Yeah. Well, that's a joke of The Office and what's his name with Bark. Remember when he started that social media? Basically, it's what you use. I forgot the name of the company, but it's one place that you put something and it goes out into every one of your platforms. And Ryan from The Office invented this app called Bark that you can go to Bark and then it'll bark it out to all.
Yeah, puts it on everything. Bark it on out.
Yeah. So, but what's the service that you use that does that?
We've used
Hootsuite,
and then I moved to Sprout. I think I use Sprout now.
Same thing. Yeah. And then you also have to have a name that's unique.
Grunch.
And not like anything else.
I used to use Grunch for there's no. I made that one up. Grunch isn't real.
These companies have to figure out a name for their company that's not anywhere near any other company that does their similar thing.
Yeah, you don't want to infringe.
Because and you don't want people to get confused. If you're like, speaking of that social media app, like if you were
Grunch.
like Masstex, well, there's a bunch of and then there'll be 5 companies named Masstex, and you're like, what? Which one is the one I heard the advertising?
Yeah.
You don't want to give someone else business. That's why they come up with ridiculous.
I think
names,
so.
right?
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. But anyway, hey, we're here, and this is the show. We'll have Seth on a little bit later. Is there anything we need to tell our radio listeners? Because sometimes I forget we're even on radio.
Yeah.
And I forget that there are certain things that maybe they don't know because they're radio guys and maybe they don't listen to the podcast.
Right.
I mean, basically, we always talk about stuff on ACT that we do on AMT, really.
It all blends together now.
It goes out.
There's a bunch of merch on sale on the website. Check out the sales section. New merch coming soon.
Oh, man, you guys are going to be so happy. My God.
Yeah, pop sockets. We got new masks coming and a bunch of other stuff.
Let me ask you something about pop sockets.
Yeah.
3M, they put that little sticky thing on the back of your old your phone.
Yeah.
But I have determined that once you put that thing down, it's compromised.
Yeah. You
can't use it twice. Once your pop socket is set on your case or the back of your phone, if you peel it off and try to either re-stick it on because it's not fitting right or put it on a new phone, you can never do that.
You got to get a new sticky.
Yeah.
I use super glue. And glues it on there. Good.
Yeah, but it ruin your case if you wanted to sell the case or.
I mean, just a phone case.
Tom's not reselling anything, by the way.
Yeah.
Point taken.
Yeah, by the time my phone, I'll just give it to my sister. That's what I've been doing with my phones. Like when I upgrade, I just give my old one to my sister.
I do that to my wife.
That's similar.
Yeah.
So okay, I figured it out.
Oh no, it.
For Halloween. So Samantha doesn't.
She doesn't celebrate Halloween because she's the most Christian member of our program.
Correct.
And you find that this holiday is...
It's Satan's birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the opposite of Christmas.
It's a little more pagan for you. You're not into it.
So Samantha doesn't have to deal with this because you don't have kids. You and Butler both probably haven't even thought of this.
Butler is a kid.
I kind of feel like Sam and Butler should have a kid. Not
together?
Not together. I would never. I'm just saying.
Raise a kid.
You take the parts that
No,
of
me
Sam
and
that
Butler
make
do
a kid,
not need to raise a
and
child.
the parts that Butler, and then you put them together, and let's make a show child that you and I collectively will share custody of.
I don't. Not
Dude,
into taking care of other people's
Let me
kids.
throw this out there. Has anybody done this? I don't think anybody's done this. You got your 90s hat on?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Dude, Sam's eggs, Butler's sperm. We create a kid.
Okay, so I don't have to carry the baby?
No, hell no. No,
cool.
we find a listener.
A surrogate.
And that all they want is a child, but they can't have one. And we're the only radio show that makes listeners actual dreams come true, we give them a child.
Well, usually
Actually, that
No one's
was a
done that.
radio bit earlier this year.
Oh, who did that?
I think it was EXO.
I don't read it. Oh, they gave a child away?
They did where they gave like in vitro.
No. I want to give
a.
I want to give a kid, a real kid.
Okay.
Like one that talks. Like he's like, I've got to my new home.
Usually the people that can't have kids want the kid to be genetically theirs. They don't want a stranger's kid. And that
right,
may
well,
be a
then
small
don't
problem.
Hey,
have a
look,
kid, then.
beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah,
You're
fine.
right.
Then you don't get a kid.
I'm sure they'll. I
Then
mean,
you don't have to enter my contest. You don't have to text 858.
Honestly, would probably be cheaper than adoption. Adoption's crazy expensive, guys.
Text 6969 to baby.
Are you footing the bill for this baby, Tom?
the in vitro is
No.
that's super expensive too.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
You'll spend 10, 15, 20,000
At least.
That was a dumb idea.
And it could not work.
Right.
At least with adoption, I think you once you
You're
go
gonna
through the
get
process,
one, yeah.
you
Well,
get
there's a
something
difference.
at the end.
In adoption, the only
vitro's
thing I
a
have
roll
to
of
do
the
is
dice.
put the kid in the van.
Yeah.
Like with in vitro, there's hoses and there's
Yeah.
the centrifuge thing, and then there's the spin thing,
Yeah. Then I gotta
some lasers.
go in there.
Yeah, then you
there's
get
a lot.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in there.
So what I was talking about is the fact that it's Halloween this weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Halloween.
I don't know if other parents are have it figured out or they but me and Crystal were talking about like what do we do with the kids?
Pandemic Halloween.
Yeah. So what's the protocol? What's the thing? Like she's talking to people on Nextdoor app. Like
Talks to people on that app?
yeah, I know. I thought
How
it was
does she-
only racist
How
people
does she do that?
worried about people of color walking by
Yeah.
their Ring doorbell.
I know where they're all going, guys.
So, but
A
so
lot of ghosts.
and apparently
Pointy.
some of the other moms from the school and other thing, they don't know either. And it's not. And then people are like, well, maybe we'll go here, but maybe there'll be.
I thought
too many
everything's
people.
drive-in now. Haunted houses,
There's
Well,
some,
there's the
there are some
drive-in
drive-in
trick-or-treats.
experience, trick-or-treat drive-in experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and I imagine
Everything.
that there are some people in your community that everybody lives in around that are participating in trick or treaters. Like if someone rang the doorbell, they would go give them candy. I
Oh,
imagine
Tracy did it. Tracy in our Twitch chat room,
I do it.
twitch.tv/TomAndDaleLive. We did a
I'm
socially
not-
distancing Halloween yesterday and plan to do it again on Saturday.
I'll probably just put a bowl out of candy out, and so if the kids go by, they can get the bowl of candy.
I already
with them.
started doing mine because we get a lot of people in this neighborhood.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I already made little treat bags and then I spaced them in 6 feet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's from here to
Oh,
like
man.
right outside.
Butler's out there eating them.
So-
yeah, I told him to get out of my candy patch.
So, and this may be different if people, and feel free to steal this idea. This Tom Van's Fun Dad tip of the day for
Wow.
Halloween.
What are you doing? Toilet paper on the leaf blower, and you're blowing the toilet paper off the roof.
Because I was like, oh yeah. Because then I was like, well, I'll just take my kids trick or treating, and they'll go and they'll get the
What's
bowl.
the matter? You don't have any candy? Snowflake 2020.
And we'll just
I don't ever
find
have candy.
the what?
I don't ever have candy.
Yeah.
I can tell you a few things you can do to make a young boy's dream if he rings the doorbell.
Do you have decorations in front of your house?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're
fine.
good.
Yeah.
You're not. You didn't opt in.
I do have a problem with the people that have insane
But I
decorations.
want to decorate, but then everyone's
You
like,
gotta
but then
provide
you're
candy.
inviting people.
Yes.
You are. And
Yeah.
when
But
they,
why? It's my house. What if I have a
Yeah,
sign
well,
that says
don't be
keep off my
Don't
property?
be an old bitch.
you can do that. You can do that.
I'll decorate, be a nuisance, and then have a sign that says no candy, please
Well,
do not
normally
come on
you
my
decorate-
Oh,
property.
you're asking the vandals to I'll egg your house crazy.
The
I'll
Vanners?
egg it.
The Vanners?
The Vanners are coming for me.
Oh my God.
I meant to say vandals, but the
But you said the Vanners.
So
That's a Freudian slip.
I said it correctly. So anyway, this is my idea. So I was thinking about it because I was like, well, we'll just take the kids around, and there'll be some houses with just bowls of candy, and they'll just get that or whatever.
Right.
They're young enough where it's not like they'll be super disappointed, but they want to do something. So I came up with the idea. So I'll sit back and I was like, because my only problem with if we do go out, what if I'm wrong? And what if a lot of people don't want to put bowls of candy?
I think a lot of people are not.
Yeah.
I think you have to kind of find the neighborhoods that are deciding
It's
to
pre-planned.
do it. Yeah.
Everything is pre-planned. Like Maisie's going to, I think, a friend's house, and everything is set up. It's like all the houses next door have already been vetted. They're all in on it, and they all got candy.
Yeah, they go. They pre-plan the thing. I don't have the organizational skills to do any of this, or like
I didn't set it up.
A
bunch of parents that care about their kids did it, and then I just glom on.
So here's my plan. So I started looking because I was worried if we did go out and try to do trick or treating, that they'd be disappointed because nobody's like, I'm not gonna have them knock on people's doors because unless there's a sign that says "Come, please knock on my door."
They can come to my house.
Because,
wait, if there's a house that says "Please come knock on my door," don't let your kid knock on that door.
I mean, you know what I mean. It's like if they're telling me,
hey
it's okay.
kids, please come knock on my
Sounds
door.
creep, man.
I don't want to
knock on our door.
You know, during the pandemic, you don't want to. I don't want to make someone uncomfortable if they're like,
So
"Hey,
stay home."
you know."
Give them candy.
Ooh,
Well-
Tracy's got a good one. She decorated each door in the inside of her home. And then you pretend that each door, the next door, is a different candy stop.
Lame-o.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm party.
Party Dad
I
says
got a
that's
better
a
idea.
bad.
Party Dad
Oh,
said he figured
inside
it
your
out.
house, go. They'll have a good time.
Also, you
Let me go to the
singing-
bathroom.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
And then
Here's
dad
your
comes
baby,
out.
Ruth.
Your dad's drunk and like, like
I'm
here's
taking a dump.
I'm like, okay, this ain't fun, and we're not doing anything. Anyway, I got it.
Also,
I figured it out.
the nerdiest thing you have ever done is to sing Lame-O, and I'm so happy about it. I loved every
I'm in
second.
nerd dad mode.
I love it.
So here's what I'm going to do. I really thought about this, and I figured it out. So I was like, all right, let's go through other holidays. And
I know what I'm gonna do. I gotta solve this virus. I got it, guys.
I could solve a problem.
I'm gonna cure this virus.
So I started looking. I was like, all right, let me look at these other holidays and the traditions that we do, and the kids have fun. So I started going through them all. I was like, oh, there's Christmas. That involves like, okay, they could wake up in the morning and then a bunch of toys on Halloween. They'll have fun, but that's too expensive, and like, that's
it's also not what you do.
it ruins Christmas. So then I thought of it. I was like, well, how about we combine Halloween with Easter, right? Follow me here.
Yes, I'm so in already.
And so then, because the Easter is a holiday that the traditions are at home, and
Right.
so every Easter
Mostly, yeah.
we do egg hunts, right?
Yes,
And
I'm so in.
And the kids have a great time. They go and do an egg hunt around the house. It's like we wake up, we have breakfast, do the egg hunt, and then maybe get them a couple little tchotchkes in their Easter basket that they play around with the rest of the day. Pretty cheap and easy to do. Plus, they're not outside of the house or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're gonna do a Halloween candy hunt.
This is a great idea.
And then what we're gonna do is I already ordered it.
You're not gonna get much done if you don't. You got to get a corona test, man.
Man,
Yeah, cough crazy. Yeah.
I'm just losing my voice
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm talking too much.
You're screaming at your sons. Like,
So Halloween egg hunt. What I ordered last
Not a
night.
bad
Halloween
idea.
candy hunt.
Halloween candy
Yeah,
hunt.
yeah.
What I ordered last night is I went on Amazon and I got 100 of these. You know the plastic little things at the 25 cent
machine,
thing,
yes.
and it comes out with
Right.
it's a plastic egg, but it's not really egg shape.
nah,
it's like half.
It's just
like
a ball.
toy holder.
And then it has like a colorful cap,
Right.
and then there's a prize inside. So I ordered 100 of those cheap, and then 100 2-inch mini glow sticks.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna put a piece of candy in each one of those with the glow stick and do a nighttime egg
so
Will
there's-
a
Halloween
2-inch
candy hunt.
glow stick fit in one of those little bubbles?
Yes, I already
Okay.
because the bubble is
This is a lot of work,
and
man.
so
I think this is great.
and so
Nah, just give her a bag of candy.
I'm going to put the glow stick, and then around the outside of my house, I'm gonna put decorations like a spider webs, and
he
then
is the king of fun.
And then
He's the fun dad king.
I ordered some lights because I realized how to.
Jesus Christ, this is a production.
Well, the lights were cheap. They're $40 for 4 LED lights
$40.
that I can program. The whole thing cost me $100. I will say this.
That's not bad.
Okay.
So I got 4 LED
Not bad
lights.
at all.
I got a bunch of spider webs in bulk. Like spider webs are cheap, and you could spread it across my backyard. Like individual decorations are expensive, but like lights and spider webs. Cheap, right?
Yeah.
Under
You got a
100
strobe
bucks.
light? Gotta have a strobe light.
The lights do strobe lights.
Yeah, right.
Because
Can
they're
I
out-
come to your house for this candy
They're
hunt?
LED. So you look it up on Amazon, look up LED outdoor lights, and they could do all colors and strobe. So outside of my house, then
He's
I'm
just
going to
pouring plastic trash all around his
Oh,
property.
yeah.
do a nighttime Halloween candy hunt.
Well
This
done.
sounds
In
great.
the dark.
Well done. We both agree.
And then
I
I'm gonna
can't
play.
crap on that.
I'm gonna play spooky music.
Can't crap
and
on it.
then
Beautiful.
And then we're gonna end with a Halloween cake. Because
Wait a minute,
everybody
Halloween cake.
everybody loves a cake.
Yeah, cake is good.
So after they
Any kind of pumpkin carving happening?
well, that's earlier this week. That's
Okay, earlier this
Wednesday.
week.
Yeah, because the pumpkin
Maybe finish with like popcorn in a movie, like watch
Yeah,
Hocus
yeah,
Pocus in
something
the
like
pool.
that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This sounds like a great night. I want to go.
Max is afraid. I've tried Hocus Pocus 5 times, and Max
Really?
is doesn't want. He think I'm just gonna turn it on. Also,
They just today they confirmed they're doing Hocus Pocus too
Oh, they did
with
confirm
original
that.
cast.
okay.
Oh wow.
I know we.
Well, they're only a fucking 2 years late. Sorry,
Oh,
shouldn't have
ACT.
cursed.
Oh
I
my
know.
God, he's
I know,
passionate about
I
Hocus
know.
Pocus.
Well, no, I'm just like, okay, you announced that in October. I'm like, why would you do that?
Weird thing about Hocus Pocus, and everybody should try this at home. Go to the Disney app or whatever, and click on Hocus Pocus trailer.
Yeah.
Right. All it is it's not edited together trailer. It's just a clip of the actual movie in the middle.
Did they have a trailer?
That's what I was. Of course they must
That is
have,
Oh,
right?
they had a trailer.
So why don't
That's
they?
weird.
Why don't they go to your Disney Plus? Click on Hocus Pocus trailer, and it's just literally a 30-second clip in the middle. There's nothing much going on. They go to a house.
Although I will say that sometimes Netflix does that, where instead of showing like a trailer of a show or a movie, they'll just show you like a random clip from the show or movie. So maybe.
But they do that in the queue when it's
Right.
just playing, not on like this. You have to click on trailer in the
Okay.
Disney Plus app.
I'll check it out.
And the clip they chose is remember when they're trick or treating on Halloween night and they go to the devil's house.
Yes.
That's it, and they go to the devil's house, and then I'm like, and so my sons will watch this.
That's
They're
a
like,
weird clip to pick.
and my sons
Why
are
would
like,
you pick that?
we don't want to watch this, and I'm like, of course you don't, because it's
This is
a
the
weird
worst part of the movie.
Why did you do it, Disney? You have billions of dollars. Just get an editor to make a
Oh,
trailer.
Disney is cutting
Yeah.
so many corners
Nah,
now.
leave it
Why? Anyway, bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha and Butler are all here. Thanks to Seth for stopping by.
So back to my idea, right? I did.
God, you're really making me feel kind of bad because I don't really have any plans. I'm just kind of jumping on the back of
Yeah. Well, that's the plan.
what
Yeah,
some
still doing
parents,
something.
some
Andrew,
parents already did. Well,
You don't
no,
need plans.
I don't-
Andrew's got all the plans.
Yeah,
She's
that's
already
true.
planned out everything.
Even if I thought of
She's
a plan,
got next year plans.
You're right. You're right.
She has
You're right.
what to do once you die planned.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I found that binder one day.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sad because
Like,
it looks awesome.
For sure, when she finds you dead upstairs, like you fell off your Peloton, you messed yourself, and then
A papil.
she has who to call on speed dial. They'll come pick you up. All the cremation, everything. It's all
Oh,
planned.
it'll already be done.
Yeah,
It's like I'm already cremated before I die.
yeah. So anyway, and who knows if this will actually be a hit or not, but they do like Easter egg hunts.
Who
so-
was monitoring this? Was this? Did you do this all by yourself?
Yeah, last night
Okay.
I was because Crystal was. We were talking. We're like, what do we do with the kids? Like, do we just?
What do we do with these things? Get them out of here.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
like-
Where are they?
Honestly-
I don't know.
My biggest fear in life is disappointing them. And like
Yeah.
that's a problem for
Ooh,
sure.
man, I don't worry about that ever.
So I am.
I kind of
cra-
figured she was disappointed the minute she realized I was her father.
Like if we got to Halloween night and then I didn't like think about it and I was like, let's just go trick or treating, and then we went around and nobody was participating and nobody wants to open the door, nobody had bowls of candy
Right.
and they got nothing or something like close to nothing,
Yeah.
and they're like, man, this is horrible. I would. I don't know.
Yeah.
I start throwing money at them. Like, what do
It's
you
also
want?
kind of your fault because
I'll
you
buy
know
you
there's
anything.
a pandemic happening and a lot of people don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So
And
you'd
then-
be setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
I'm setting them up for failure, disappointment, and it's my fault. Like honestly,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
May, like Andrea and May are very realistic in the fact, like May already knows. We're like, she's like, this isn't gonna be like other Halloweens. We're like, yeah. She's like, 'cause the virus, like she knows.
No,
Right.
no.
And
She's logical.
She's
He's got a couple.
managing-
I don't tell my son.
She's
to.
managing her expectation. Oh, we give her a virus update every night
They don't
before
know
she goes.
anything.
Gotta
to
debrief
I,
her.
I run the numbers. I tell her how many new tests, how many new cases, how many deaths in Orange County.
No, no.
Jeez, wait.
Yeah,
I-
and then we light a candle. We do a small,
I'm like
eulogy.
this. It's all semi hoax, not full hoax, semi hoax. If you can smell a fart through your underwear, a mask ain't gonna work. I've seen the memes.
Yeah.
And I tell. So anyway, okay.
Oh my God.
So my
Oh my god.
my Easter egg Halloween hunt can so
You're just gonna have to stop saying Easter egg hunt.
Right. You can just
We're
say
We're gonna have
candy.
to
Okay.
lean on like
I know.
yeah.
I'm just telling people the vibe is that. You know, the vibe is all right, you're going around, you're finding. So I did because Crystal knows
Yeah.
I'll get carried away and I'll start ordering a ridiculous amount of stuff and then it'll be next thing you know $900.
You
bucks.
really
Too
are
much.
the you
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the
yeah.
Willy Wonka of Amazon. Like he starts to go nutty
And-
because that button he's just like I need the glow sticks, eggs. Then you gave
Yeah,
yourself
yeah.
a whimsical costume that you wear.
And I'm not looking like I'm ordering a bunch of plastic garbage that it's gonna get tangled up in the spider webs. I'm gonna punt in the trash. Just add plastic to the landfill. Like lots of things that Crystal doesn't want me to do. She
Right.
knows I'm about to do. So I told her I was like, I'm gonna do all this for under $100 or like right around $100, and then so
God.
I hit that.
Like trading spaces.
But then,
Oh, no.
at
Tom
the end of
Dan's
the
gonna
night,
give our backyard a Halloween makeover.
and I was extra happy because it was the first week of gambling winnings that I actually
did
was
all right?
up. I did good.
Let's blow those
And
winnings.
so then I was like,
Glowsticks.com.
oh, that was cheap though. But then I was like, well, you know, it'd be real cool if I figured out a way to light my pool blood red, so my whole pool was red.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I need fog
I
machines.
need blood lights and fog machines.
I'm sorry, but your children are scared of Hocus Pocus. Let's not give them
Yeah.
a blood pool.
Blood
Yeah,
moat.
well, it's a light. It's just a Halloween themed light pool, and
You're gonna
Well,
traumatize them,
Hold
dude.
on, I'm gonna have to start enabling this because I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to come to the stinky party if it doesn't have a blood moat.
yeah, exactly.
I think this party's gonna suck unless it has blood red pool fog.
Yeah. So then I was like, blood pool, and then I was
You
like,
need fog to go over the pool.
yes, and then I was
Yeah.
like, I need to go buy big
Oh, that-
chunks of
cha-ching,
dry ice.
Cha-ching,
Yes.
cha-ching.
At
You need-
Publix, they
you-
sell it right there, and then I
Yeah.
go to
No,
a
better
Penguin
at a butcher
or
or
like
Lombardi's or something.
Yeah. Somebody a big chunk because if you drop that in the pool, it'll bubble up
Yeah.
fog from the.
It'll also look like creature from the black. You
Yes!
need an inflatable creature from the Black Lagoon.
Then I started looking at fog machines, and apparently fog machines.
I have one.
You can't. Do you have one?
I have one.
Oh, let me get one. Let me
Well,
borrow
you gotta
that.
invite
me
me.
get it.
You gotta invite me to the party.
Well, are you only? What about Maisie? Is she?
No,
Oh,
just
just
me.
you. Okay,
I'm
you
gonna
can
trick or
come.
treat with your sons while my daughter and wife go do their thing.
You could do. Yeah, I need a fog machine because no fog machine can be delivered before October 31st on Amazon.
Yeah, because you waited
Yeah.
until the last minute.
Yeah,
for
I
the
have
fog
one.
at the
machine.
last minute.
My
that
costume
scenario.
this year is weird though. It's Amy from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I'm allowed over.
Look at the BDM show if you want to know that
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed
Listen to that.
over. It's
So
long.
oh, Tommy will like it. But that I started getting overboard, and then I wanted the fog machine, and I started looking at like the only ones that were available were like the ones that like a Hard Rock Live would have.
That's
Oh,
what I have.
man.
I have a metal
dude,
one.
like, yeah,
Andrea's
yeah.
dad bought me a metal
Yeah.
industrial fog
That's
machine.
hilarious.
Yeah, but okay, I was just
Yeah.
about to ask someone to borrow one because I realized that.
We can work a deal.
Okay,
We'll work a
okay.
deal.
So fog machine, red pool. Then now the red
Let's just
pool's
say
a problem.
I know that there are more photos than the original Soapy Butt.
Because yeah.
You know, you may toss a couple of those, you might end up with more fog machines than you need.
All the fog
How
machines.
many fog machines
There's
do
a
you
lot
want?
of photos
Yeah.
too. There's like
Yeah, well,
100.
As you know, as luck would have it, there's a lot of Halloween stuff you need.
Some of them
And I got a wallet.
they don't have nudity, and I just scroll right
Yeah,
past it. Like,
like,
what is this
dog,
garbage?
dog,
I'm like, you
feather,
wasted your money on
yeah,
these.
Artistic,
Yeah.
peering through the palm fronds.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I get it. Leaf,
You got a
leaf.
sheet, and
Yeah,
you're like
okay.
covering with
You
the
look
sheet. I'm like, all right.
oh, okay, White Diamonds commercial. These have always brought me luck.
I just want to see the ones where you dumped them out.
Yeah, show us the dump
Jesus.
out. I just want to see backlit pubes. Can I just see some backlit pubes? Because that's what all artistic pornography, and I call it that because it's still pornography. All of it is, the difference is, one is HD, that's pornography. If you backlight the pubes, that's
Yeah.
art.
So I was also, what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap my entire pool enclosure, the sides, in like a black plastic or sheets, black
Well,
sheets.
that now it sounds like, are you running a
What?
haunted house?
No, no, because that's what I want the
Oh,
vibe
you want
to.
people to go through the blood
Not
pool.
people, just it's only for Tommy
It's
and Max.
too much for
Yeah.
for a 5 and 6 year old dude.
You remember when we did the BDM show at my house? Remember when we
Yes,
walked that way?
unfortunately.
Yeah, it was your favorite show.
So that way we walked around the pool, that's where I want the haunted house to be
Fine, but why do you need the plastic?
because it
He wants
adds
to section it
more-
off.
Just do it at night.
But
It's already.
But with night and the
Yeah.
plastic, and then I could back.
It's
I could,
dumb. It's
Well,
a
then
waste
you're
of money.
just
Don't do
then
it.
you're gonna see all of their laundry draped over all the
That's
pool
scary
furniture.
enough.
Well, then the blood pool and the bubbling and the smoke and the strobe lights.
I'm in.
And then I got I did buy a bunch of cheap plastic bats. I'm gonna put everywhere. They were like $15
And
for like
spider
100.
rings. You need spider rings.
But yeah. But they're tiny.
So you're just scattering junk.
Yeah.
All right.
But they go through and they find the
It's going to be all of about 2.5 minutes. I'm like, there it is. There's the candy. We got it all.
Yeah. I did worry
Yeah,
about
because you're
that.
gonna spend all the time decorating and then not spend the time hiding the candy.
So now I have an important thing to ask you.
Oh.
That I'm worried.
it's
I am a
gonna-
little bit worried about this.
Yeah.
What happens if they rip through the candy eggs and they find it and they still tell you that we like regular trick-or-treating better?
Right.
No. This will be spectacular.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You just remind me of somebody else I know.
Oh my God.
The way that you said
This
that
will be the best
was terrifying.
Halloween
My
they'll
God.
ever have. This will
Yeah,
be.
are you still sticking with your idea that eventually Halloween will it'll just go away on its own? Poof.
I'm making Halloween great again.
I'm on board. I'll be there. I'll be there.
What I'm afraid of is that they'll only want this from now on.
Well,
and
then
I'll
you
have,
can't do it.
And then I'll have to do it forever
Yeah.
because this will set a bar.
Oh, and then you're gonna be the Bobo
Oh, yeah.
house on the street that does the haunted house.
Oh yeah, come
It's
on!
Not
I
really
used
that
to
good.
hate those as
Yeah.
a kid, and then they want
No,
you to come
come
in
on.
because it becomes the dad's the only reason he's alive. He's like, "Come on in, let's go," and I'm like, "This sucks."
All kids and parents are snowflakes now. Actually, well, if you get the kids on the Castleberry side, the parents let them do anything.
Oh, they're fine. I like to party with the Castleberry kids.
Yeah. So,
By the way,
Don't say that.
that is a
Yeah.
gang. By the way, the Castleberry kids.
like, I've seen kids come trick or treating
Yeah.
at my house, and I'm like, "Where? There's no parents."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're a baby. Like you have a diaper.
The guy
There's
looks-
no one else
Yeah.
around."
Yeah,
Like,
but he also-
I look for
but
parents,
he's
and I'm
not
like,
like
"You're by yourself, baby."
Well, the diaper's the only reason you know. I mean,
Yeah.
his body looks like Concrete Mike. Full diaper. He's like,
if you're
"Ooh,
working.
gaga."
Yeah. So anyway, I kind of want to do more, and
You reached your budget. You're cut off.
We
The
have
only way you can do more is if you borrow it. You can't buy anything.
We
else.
have a couple people in the Twitch chat room that are trying to stop you from making mistakes. Neo Del Rio says
Neo doesn't know nothing.
he did the temporary pool dye once. Don't do that. It stained his pool for a very long time.
Oh, dyeing your pool red.
Yeah.
That went through my mind, but even if I dyed it red, and I guess the light at the end of the night, if it was nighttime, just a regular pool light would make it look red, right? But
yeah, you could do a pool, but is your pool light still like the one that like if you
there's
just,
water in it.
Yeah, and if you touch it, it'll fry you.
I tell my sons, I'm like, don't get too close to it.
Yeah, if you
Oh my
kick it,
God.
it'll electrify you. Just,
It is a blood pool.
It'll be that move where you just freeze suspended in water dead.
It's half filled with water.
Yeah.
And then I go down there and I'm looking and I'm like, it's half full of water still on.
How
I'm
is
like,
that even possible?
How is there water in there
Yeah.
and the thing's not?
It's like watching a fire burning underwater. It's like, how is that even happening? This is impressive.
It's a lights on.
It's like looking into the oracle's eye and learning the truth.
I'm not joking. I'm going to take a picture and show you
It's
guys
insane.
because it's half full of water and there's mold on the outside. And I'm like,
Yeah.
mold? How's mold living in here? There's chlorine. Like, I've never seen mold in a
I'm
perfectly.
never getting in your pool.
Oh,
But it's
great.
just from the
Yeah,
light.
I mean, besides from the weird light,
It might be
and the mold,
oxidation
it's great.
from the going crazy, and it maybe the electricity is like oxidizing the bolts on the outside because it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
It's
something's
mold.
wrong. I
It's
just
green.
I never touch it. I always tell Maisie to swim away from it.
yeah. Well, my son,
One time her raft touched it and it popped instantly. I'm like, well, we're going home. So.
I always do the math. I'm like, if it really did electrify the pool, I feel like we would, feel it enough to get out. It wouldn't just immediately start frying us, right?
Yeah, I feel like you'd be like, well, that's weird.
Yeah. Something's. It's like how you taste.
That's weird. My pubes are back there.
You know what it tastes like when you put a 9-volt battery on your tongue?
I do.
Like you would start feeling
Tastes
that
like
taste. and-
wife.
Feeling that taste.
Yeah, when you start feeling the taste,
Yeah,
and then
like,
you get out of the pool.
I'm like, it feels like I'm tasting batteries right now, which.
Yeah, and there's also I believe in all the shim sham construction I've done in my house. They like one of this is but one of the guys that were working on my house pulled out this long piece of rebar that was like 5 feet. They're like, look at this long thing that was stuck in your ground. And I'm like, what the
does
hell?
This thing do?
Yeah, and I was like, what is that?
I'm taking this home.
And I'm like, who hammered that in there? And then he's like, I don't know. And then we threw it away. And then like a long time after, someone's like, hey, you should have a house ground. It's like a 5 foot long piece of rebar that they hammered in the ground. And I'm like, never seen that before. But we threw it away. And I think you're supposed to have it. I didn't tell Crystal about that because I was like, she's going to worry about that for a long time.
There's the truth coming.
Do you remember where it needed to be?
Well,
Or did you,
I
or did you just build over it?
I built
Yeah.
on concrete everything.
That's
true.
not good. That
I can't
sounds
get it
bad.
back in there where it was. Now I could maybe I
You
could put
gotta
it,
move it.
put it somewhere else. Where did I put it?
You
It
gotta-
has to be attached to something. I
Oh,
think.
my God.
I think it's because it had a green wire wrapped
Hold on,
around
I
it,
gotta look this up.
and it was
Your
attached.
house
to
is a
something.
death trap.
It was attached, and I'm like, pull that wire. Why is that wire? Cut that off.
Cut all the wires.
Who hammered that in there? And then,
All right, the grounding rod that connects the home grounding system into the earth is a long metal rod, usually copper bonded to steel, galvanized iron, or stainless steel. Ground rods come in both 8 foot and 5 foot lengths, with 8 foot being the most common size used in residential locations.
Yeah. That's, we threw
Do
that
you want me
over.
to save this page? You want to
No,
bookmark
I
it?
know. No. Believe me, I looked at it after.
He doesn't want to look at it.
What?
So are you out of the ground rod game? You don't need one now, or like?
I think it was Bracken, our electrician, that he was.
That's it. You know what? I don't think we need that. That's old school.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
know,
what do you think?
that's old school.
Because he was like, oh yeah, he was telling me about I wanted to wire something, and then he's like, yeah, permit. I'm like, yeah, no, we don't do that here. And then
I don't think you need that.
And then he's
I
like,
don't.
he's like, well, everything's fine. I'm like, because I think I was talking about, will my pool electrocute my family? And then he's like, nah, you got this grounding rod. And I'm like,
But
what?
you don't.
And he's like, yeah, it's this thing that
It's
hammered
the
in
only thing that keeps your family from frying.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh,
I'll make up for it now.
There's no making
you
up for that.
go to your phone, you type in grounding wire. You just
I'm
think
like-
you can swing through Home Depot.
I'm like, you really need a 5 foot metal rod just hammered into the ground, touching your house?
All right, like I
That's
guess
stupid.
I'm gonna say
It's 2020.
Well, I can't have one. I live in a townhome, so who's got ours?
No, you're all
You
attached.
don't need one. This is
Yeah,
BS.
yeah, this is old, antiquated. There will be blood s that people
The
used to do back in the
Big
day.
House did this to get a little extra coin,
Yeah. They're
so
like,
they
you-
could buy more laudanum.
or they sell more grounding rod. Big Rod is trying to sell grounding
Big
rods.
Rod's trying to get you.
And they're like, yeah,
Hello,
everybody,
it's me, Big Rod.
everybody needs a grounding rod. So they sell 5 foot pieces of rebar to hammer. It's all
Is this
placebo.
magic metal? No. What does it do?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
It's you know what too? Like the ground wire. Every time I ask
Oh,
electrician,
and a
I'm like,
ceiling fan? Yeah. I ask them. I go, why do I got? I got
they're like-
double green, green, white, white, green.
and they're like, ah, it's fine. Everybody always tells me it's fine. The ground is fine.
Did you just go white to white, black to black?
Well,
Yes, you're fine.
Yeah, it's not that important.
Then don't put the green in there anymore.
Yeah. I feel like the ground is for when Thomas Edison was inventing electricity. Like there's
He's like,
big,
oh, my copper
Yeah.
goggles. I better take these off, and my
Yeah.
copious amounts of rings because I play in a metal band.
Yeah. They didn't understand how to harness electricity. It was a lot of safety measures. They're like, you need a ground if we're
Yeah.
gonna put this.
We're beyond ground now.
That's literally a safety measure.
What?
The
That-
grounding rods.
Yeah, but it was back
Yeah.
when they didn't know how
That's back when you
electricity
needed it.
worked.
That's back when you needed it.
I'm
The
saying-
ground is so artificial now. What's the
yeah.
rod gonna even do?
Yeah.
Everything's been built over. This
Yeah,
is,
there's redundancies.
There's plastic everywhere.
Always redundancies. Like it's like that Last Breath documentary. Did you guys watch that one?
No, because the
Is that a
last
new one?
documentary you made me watch was
Wait a minute.
hunk
Is
of
this the
ass.
one where the radio guy?
No.
Okay, well-
This is like that scary one where they
Watch this
underwater.
documentary so we can talk about it and then not talk about it on the
But
show.
that guy was like he ran out of air, but obviously there was just a little bit left in there that he was fine. I was saying it's not
Wait, you put in a new electrical panel, didn't you?
what in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can put in a new grounding rod.
No, all right. I mean, do I just hammer it in anywhere? That's what I'm
You
saying.
should ask an electrician.
Yeah.
I
can
wouldn't
do
just,
it. I can do it for her.
Well,
I'll do it when
I
I
didn't
bring
wanna-
over the fog machine.
Here's the problem. I'm trying to hide this from Crystal, and I didn't want to tell her that at one time I pulled the grounding rod out, and I told the guy, just throw it away. It's probably garbage. And then he agreed and
Well, it
threw
said
it away.
grounding rod on it.
And then because she would
Do
be,
not throw away in all caps.
she would be very mad that I didn't investigate what that was before I threw it away, and I just assumed what it was garbage, and it wasn't for any purpose. I found a lot of things buried in my yard. So there's like an
Okay.
old brick, like someone had a brick pizza oven or something, because there's a lot of red bricks. All beneath my grass, like a burial ground of some sort.
What's under the bricks?
Like,
I don't know.
Like a
There
tradition.
was a lot, though.
Well, it said
And then,
like your house used to be a Confederate graveyard. I feel like. You built your home. You built your home on Andrew Jackson's graveyard.
and then there was some old hippie lady. Remember, she came and got the bricks
Whatever you do,
'Cause
don't dig in the back.
because they were vintage bricks from like
Vintage
the
bricks?
70s. Yeah. I put them up on Craigslist because I piled them all up.
You put bricks on Craigslist?
70s
Yes.
classic. You know how you could tell they're 70s bricks? Bush.
I'm serious. This lady. Okay. Yes.
No, I remember this story.
Okay, well, Sam, you're too paranoid to do this, but you could put anything on Craigslist. People will come get it for free. You just got to be fine
You
with
know, we
strangers.
put a dresser mirror on Craigslist. Could not even give it away for free.
It was two, and you have to put it for $1 if it's a really bad.
Well, no, we actually tried to put because it was brand new. It came with our bedroom set. We just didn't
You
want
gotta
it,
put like magic.
and
You're right, magic
nobody wanted
dresser.
it.
Yeah. So there's some things like furniture, anything practical, but bricks and other garbage,
People want it.
broken hovercraft, anything,
Yeah.
broken a three-wheeler wheel, someone will come get.
Oh, yeah, anything you want.
It's got to be more attractive to trashy people because that's your demographic.
But I
You
have,
gotta know your
I have
audience.
a crushing dumpster
Yeah. You just crush
in my
everything.
That's
neighborhood,
nice.
and I take things in the middle of the night. I sneak out and put things in there I shouldn't,
Oh, yeah.
like car batteries. And
Oh my
like-
god!
yeah, like
Yeah.
small. I do. I put like wagon wheel,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
whatever
no
I can
problem.
find.
Yeah, put full
Yeah.
gallons of paint.
Yeah, oh yeah, whatever I can
Crush
find.
them,
Yeah, anything. Oil, big buckets of oil.
And then it does that move where it's like we did this at Home Depot. They had a trash compactor in the back, and we used to put fans and other.
Yeah, you
I put a full Hayward bay in there, and it'd be like me and the Grizz. We were like,
What
hey,
is that? Is that a Hampton Bay?
one time we crushed a 1-gallon paint can, and it was like,
You have to look at each
the
other.
motor is struggling, and then it finally squished it, and then the paint shot up the sides.
Yeah, and then you got to look at each other and go, Benjamin, no more. And then you high five.
Anyway, I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
Well, no, I don't. That's how I get rid of stuff in the middle of the night. I take stuff down there.
Oh, yeah.
I even have my
trash
daughter do it now, where I load up a wagon and I watch her, and I go, "You can pull it down there," and I let her toss it all in.
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, it's dangerous.
You pay the HOA for it. You know, constantly repairing it.
I
but-
saw him out there fixing it one day. And he's like
Yeah, no,
pulling the
because you're-
battery
yeah.
out. They're like, "Who can do this?"
Yeah.
You want to do some voicemails and some emails?
Yeah. Let's do
We can do that. We should probably, though, if we're going to do that, we should probably. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. So
What were you laughing about? What?
So
What?
I'll tell you the joke, but we
Well-
have to set it up first.
Okay.
So we were talking about how I do have because our kitchen remodel, Crystal went with a trash can that is in one of the cabinets, right?
I like that.
So you open a kitchen cabinet
nice.
and your trash can's in there in the recycling. Before
We have one in like it's in
a pantry.
yeah. Like it's still in, it's behind something. It's not out.
Yeah.
But I wish it was. Because I hate it being.
That's my one thing I got over you.
Yeah.
If you have your trash hidden into your kitchen cabinet, it's rich.
That's fancy.
That's fancy.
That is fancy.
Because before, it's kind of like toilet
right.
close to your bathtub, toilet in your own room is
Yeah.
the ultimate. It's all.
He's right.
So I used to have the trash can, the kitchen trash can that was just a standalone, you know, but
But
it
you
was
had like
big.
a fancy one. It was a big metal one. It had like a
Fit a lot of stuff. Yeah.
It had like a recycle side and like a trash side. It was a You had a damn fine trash can.
The downfall to the under the kitchen cabinet one is small, right? So, but my trash is right out my garage door and out the side garage, and right there.
Well, your whole house is
50
surrounded by trash.
Yeah,
so.
I can let me throw it anywhere.
Yeah.
But
the inside is gorgeous, but the outside is.
You have to walk down a flight of stairs, then go out into your garage.
Sometimes I just kick the screen out and throw it out the window.
And so you were talking about you were thinking of installing
a dumbwaiter.
A dumbwaiter. And what is this now? And tell me how it works.
Like a elevator, a smaller elevator that you could put, like you would use it for like if the kitchen was downstairs or you wanted to bring food downstairs, you could put a tray on there and like pull everything downstairs. Your servants or your help would have been using it to get things up and down.
Gotcha.
And you could put your trash. Sometimes you just have a trash chute. It's not even a dumbwaiter. It's just like some apartment buildings, I think, in like bigger cities.
Oh, yeah.
You just have a thing and you put your trash bag in it and just flies down the chute, which is actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's awesome. It lands in a big dumpster.
I wish I had that.
Chute. Yeah. And
it'd be kind of cool.
In the 80s and 90s movies, I thought when I was adult, I'll find myself sliding down a trash chute into a dumpster because everybody did it. I was like, one day when I'm an adult, I'll be in a situation where I'll need to do that too. Yeah. And it turns out
you just had no idea you would perpetually do it for life. Doing this show is like the audio version of going down a trash chute.
And when I actually saw one in real life, it was way smaller.
Tiny,
and I was like, oh my God, who would have the balls to get in that thing? Because you get stuck halfway and then you'll die in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
or get impaled on something that's stuck in there. Ugh.
How would you actually install it into your house? Would it go on the outside of the house?
No, I would put it dead center of the house and then drill a hole straight through.
But how do they? Like, is it something?
I don't know.
Is it an aftermarket thing, or does your house have to be built?
I think it has to be built with it. But I think they could probably. I guess they could find an area and then cut through every floor and then just secure it, and then that's your chute, right?
And there'll just be a chute. Now, what if you put trash in there and then exploded on the way down?
They'd have to smooth it down. Like the interior would have to be like catch free.
Mm-hmm.
But even if it was, what if it was like some old spaghetti or my chili was in there and it exploded and now it's like dripping down?
Stink.
You have to flush it out.
Yeah, can you just hose it out?
Yeah, you have to have some way to clean it.
I'm just wondering.
I think it would be
internal...
towards the side, and it would have been towards the exterior of the home.
Yeah. The joke I was thinking about.
But I don't think people use it.
I'm like, I think I hired a dumbwaiter. His name's Butler. A dumb butler.
That's so mean.
And he takes the trash out all the time for you. Joke's on me.
Do you want to do some voicemails and emails?
Yeah.
All right. For whatever reason, that picture that you had me save for the BDM show, it just keeps popping up on my computer.
No.
Look, it's right here.
Delete.
And I'm just like, I'm like, oh my God, why is it still there? And my iPad, my daughter's iPad and my phone are connected in some way. So any picture I have on my phone, I can't. I have to be so careful. That is now on her iPad. I'll have to delete it from my phone.
Oh, yeah.
It's linked somehow. I don't know.
Be careful about that.
Unlink it. I can't.
Yeah, well, you're turning to me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
she get the pumpkin phone?
I mean, it's possible.
Well, Maisie's though
dude, she's a lot like Tom. She blocks things out.
But she's also so mature and organized.
Pretty mature.
Like if she got the wrong photo, she'd be like,
this isn't for me.
I must have got this wrong. I will delete it immediately.
Oh, she'd tell me about it. It'd be my ass. Like, believe me, if she'd seen it already, I'd know about it. All right, let's do some voicemails and emails. If you would like to leave a voicemail, you can do so. 1-844-TOM, the letter N, D-A-N. That's 1-844-TOM-N-DAN. And hopefully soon we'll have some other ways for you to contact us. But you can also use our app. Just hit the button that says mediocre messages, and you can do that. Here's a Van Dennis voicemail.
Hey, yo, BDM Neil here, out on a walk again. And fortunately, I've caught up on every single show, so I'm not listening to any Tom and Dan, because I literally listened to everything I could. But I am walking here by Bear Gully Road. I know you guys a little cut through to go to Howell Branch from Aloma, and I'm sure you guys have used it. I'm sure Tom has. There's a Van Dennis 2020 sign. Sorry, it's pretty windy out.
Oh, that's the one he wanted to take, right?
Oh, is that the one?
Okay. Or no. Actually, he already has one. But people I was just using this as an example of people are now calling in to say, where they see the sign. So I'm down with that. The one by Seth's Gym, mine is back. They're all over the place. I've seen a lot of them.
I know exactly the road this guy's talking about too, because I go there to go to my mom and sister's house because she lives on that road.
Yeah.
So literally, I've gone past that, 500 times or whatever.
Oh my God.
Next to the voice.
Yep. Next voice.
Yeah, I'm listening to show 592, and Tom's talking about his kids' tube socks or the socks or whatever. And I remember in like middle school and stuff, like taking the long socks and then folding them under to make them real short, like almost hideaways. But I grew up in the 90s, 90s kid. We were real poor, and but grunge was in kind of, so it fit into my favor with the hand-me-downs and kind of messed up clothes and that kind of stuff. And we weren't like stinky kids or anything. But I did have a cousin who was a couple years younger than me. And he came to my sister's wedding, and my aunt used to dress him in like, I don't know if you remember like Popeye, but like the little sailor kind of outfit one time, and it was like mismatched colors. It looked like a girl's outfit, like Shirley Temple, I think, back in the day. And then he had like hard, leathery, fake shoes with ribbons. And I mean, this isn't like they were doing like a transgender type thing back then. They really just didn't know what to do. She was an older lady and had him late, and oh my goodness, I used to feel so bad for this kid, man. He turned out pretty okay, so, but yeah, we try to dress our kids with the times a little bit, you know what I mean, and make them look presentable.
I know what he's talking about. I had a buddy whose parents are really old too, and when you have super old parents, sometimes they're not hip, and they will. We had a kid. His name was Robbie. I won't say his last name. And his parents were way old. Like when all of our parents were like, I'm assuming a little older than maybe me.
Yeah, and you're in the 30s. Like
his parents
late 30s,
were like tennis ball on the walker, like elderly, right?
Yeah. So,
and
every once in a while, like some of my friends had like a 70-year-old dad. I'm like, God damn.
And you'd see him, and no matter what, like everything they had was older. You know, the MFers getting out of like on a 57 Chevy. He looks like Paul from the Wonder Years. I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our buddy over there.
Yeah.
That we were talking about earlier today. I'm not going to say who it is, but Sam and I know a man who literally is like, when you look at him, it's like stepping out of a postcard from 1961. He is.
Is it an old man or a younger
No,
guy?
he's a younger guy, but his hair is combed like an old man. His shirt is an old man shirt. His pants are old man. He looks like an old man. His movements are like an old man because he has become an old man.
Yeah.
Is he doing it on purpose?
No, it's him now.
That's how he wants to be? Okay.
Yeah, there's another thing there, too. You got to sprinkle some.
Oh, okay.
Sprinkle a spectrum.
Yeah, you got to sprinkle the spectrum.
Well, there's a lot of times that plays into it too, because the kid itself, and I talked about this on Friday's show, the kid that's himself or herself has to not care either, because I imagine at a certain age, like middle school, you are aware that you are dressed differently than everybody around you, and you have some sort of like want to be popular and not to stand out and be a nerd or be different, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so if the kid doesn't have any awareness of that, and then the parents for sure don't, then you get that one kid that just dresses ridiculous and he doesn't even understand. Usually the kid, though, will be like, hey, I need to dress somewhat like the other kids to get along. You know what I'm saying? I can't go to school with old wooden shoes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. Because if you had this old
and
real man dad that didn't care.
Fast, man. Have your boys ever said anything to you about
their socks? Remember?
I mean, but do they ever
like
fashion?
Say a kid maybe said something?
Yeah,
No.
because Maisie does. Yeah, it's fast, and maybe it's girls are.
Girls are the worst.
Spicier than the
But you know what?
little fellas.
I will make fun of you for things that you have and don't have.
Crystal is a lot more cognizant of that than I am, because I have dressed Tommy for school.
Oh,
but
God.
But like kindergarten before.
I've seen some of your creations, and they're a little strange.
And then, is it be mismatched? And like, no, it's fine, but it's
not,
like.
It's not, no, Sam, all it looks like, it
not
looks
wooden
as
shoes.
if Tom didn't care.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
But it's perfect shorts, perfect shirt, and his shoes are on right, but it's just
might
like.
not match.
Yeah,
It doesn't match, and it's a little off. Or like his shirt's too balloony because it's like some
He's a string bean.
gift that someone got him that's a little too big. So it's just like it's a big dumpy shirt and the shorts
He's wearing
are too
like
short.
a tall tee.
Yeah. And then I'm fine. And then but
Let me
Crystal
dress
be like,
your kid.
don't. No, she will be like she's really doesn't want him to stand out or for him to have any sort of negative repercussions about what we picked for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something beyond.
I get it.
Now, that was like in kindergarten. Now he's getting a little bit older. He just lost his first tooth
Saw that.
the other day, too, which is
Also, the
weird
fact
for
that it
him.
was his first tooth in and first tooth out
That's weird.
to me was very. This kid by the book. He does things by the book. He's like, this was my
first
that
one.
is, but I just thought I told Andrea this was my phrase. I go, well, even his teeth are Tommy. Like he's got Tommy teeth.
Yeah.
I did think, okay, is that the way it usually happens? But we
Hell
we have
no.
no.
I think it's random,
dude, I have
right?
never heard of that.
Well, maybe we only know it now because Crystal literally had documentation of his first tooth, and she could see the exact placement.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, like it was few and far between pictures. Like, is that your first tooth? Like maybe your first couple teeth. Like so, there's just more documentation. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be, and because it makes sense, right? The first tooth that comes in is the first one that falls out.
It would make sense to me, but I've never given it any thought. So
Neither.
when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah. We have
It
to
does.
find that out.
Typically, the first teeth to fall out are the ones that came in first.
Yeah, it makes
So
sense.
the lower
sense.
front teeth and then the upper teeth will become loose first.
I think.
Oh, speaking of which, oh man, it's real sad in the Dennis household because
Wow.
oh, Caesar's teeth down below are they're literally like old piano keys just flopping around in there.
Aw.
It's like when he walks, it sounds like a janitor walking down a hallway. Like it's like, and then Andrea went in there to give him some pills, and she's like, "They're moving," and she started crying, and I'm like, "Don't touch them. Leave him alone.
With his diet.
You just
and,
can't touch him anymore.
Yeah.
You can't touch his teeth. You gotta leave him alone because they do shake.
Oh no!
They're as yellow as the Nina, the Penta, and the Santa Maria's deck. I mean, they are yellow brown.
Yeah. That's fine. It turns out like even if he lost all his teeth, he can still eat. You can still make him some sort of gruel, and it'll be fine.
Just give him butler's lunch. He'll be fine.
You know what? Because I was about to say, and I caught myself because I was like, "All right, be a regular human." So I was about to say, "What does it matter? It's only like his normal lifespan is only a couple more years anyway."
Yeah.
So it's like,
Right.
Oh
it's
no,
not that long.
I sort of feel the same way. Andrea doesn't, like.
But I've mentioned that to people about their grandmas and their grandparents. They're like, "Oh, my grandma's like
Teeth are loose."
97, and she's going through some health problems."
And you're
And
like,
then-
well, she's almost dead anyway.
That
You're
is
like,
that.
why the fuck do I care? She's
But-
only got a year left, you idiot.
the ACT.
I know, I can't remember.
All I said was like, well, it's a normal human lifespan.
Oh, she's had a good run.
No, not that. No, I just said like she's reached her max of normal human life, so of course she's gonna have problems, and she's like she's most likely, and this is the best case scenario, gonna die in a couple of years. Like she.
Oh my God! Don't say that to somebody.
But I'm saying, but that's true,
He says-
right?
and he
The
goes
90s
on and
the
on.
Don't
98
say best
Yeah.
case scenario. She dies in a couple years. That's
Well,
terrible.
I
to
He
say
did
to
this with
somebody.
me,
No,
and he
but
just went on and on
But
about
I mean,
it.
best case in the fact that don't all humans want to live to 100? Like that's your goal of like that's max human lifespan. Like I'm like it is best case scenario.
Yeah.
Now it sounds bad because it's only a couple years away now. So I realize what I'm saying is hurting people's feelings. But they've won in
Yeah.
life. Like
Tracy's saying right now, she's in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. She said, my Nan is 96 and going strong, and that's great, but I would also say that she was probably going stronger at 50.
you know, of course. But
Right.
also she only has years to live. This is also what
you
I'm saying.
say that
Other
out
people can,
loud.
but it's true. But it's just basic.
You're talking about Tracy's
Human
Nan. I was a
biology.
non
Is
like the
it
bread.
factual? Yes. Should you say it out loud to that person? No.
Well, don't they know that?
Can
Yes,
you
they do,
You
but
can
they-
whisper it.
They
to her.
deny.
Okay, all right. So that's where I'm trying to hold my
Dude,
thoughts
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
Does the person,
Just don't
does
say
the
it.
grandma know it?
But
She knows.
when the person's like sad that they are having health problems, and then I'm just like, well, this is what happens to you,
That's
human
a
beings.
D-head thing to say.
Even
though it's true.
Oh, this
it's a
is
D-head
sad.
thing to
Tracy
say.
continues, but she hates that she is the only one left of her friends.
Oh, that is sad.
Well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then
But you are the winner, but you just
Well,
don't have
That's
anybody
right,
to
you
brag
won.
to.
yeah, she's only got a couple more years, so it's fine. I mean, what's and now because of COVID, she's gonna be
So
by
you
herself
don't want to be
anyways.
last. You want to be second to last, so you can look at that person and be like, "You're alone."
Good
now."
luck, loser.
And you're out, right?
Yeah. And then it's
Yeah,
all
it's like jumping off a building.
and and in 10 years everybody is equal, and then in 100 years we're all going to
All
be equal.
equal,
Yeah,
yeah.
It
Yeah,
all
it
happens.
just keeps
That's
going.
what I'm saying. But yes, I do realize that saying these things make me seem
little
like a
heartless,
psychopath.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold.
How about
Crystal tells
that
me.
grounding rod, buddy?
I told her the other day, I was like, don't you feel a sense of relief that we'll all be dead and none of this will matter? She did not like that either.
Well, what were you talking about? Were you talking about
Just
were
in
you
general.
going
Hey,
over
let's talk about
Yeah.
this Halloween party. And also,
Yeah.
can't you just wait until you die and it's all over?
I like the idea of Tom handing her the menu, the
psychopath.
kids menu
No,
at
no.
Olive Garden.
But it's like, doesn't that make like
one day we'll all be dead.
Why are you thinking about
Well,
that?
no, like anytime someone's stressing about this problem or this, I'm like, well, what does it really matter? I mean, you shouldn't be that upset about it. I don't care. I don't stress out about much, but like I have a sense of relief. We're like, okay, well, in however many years, maybe like 50 if I'm super lucky. Then I'll be dead and none of this will matter anyway, right? So that makes me feel like, oh, okay.
When you do
don't
put it like
stress
that,
about
when you put it like
dumb
that, I
mess.
just went. I did kind of. I just want to be honest. When you put it,
and
to
we'll
me,
all be dead.
yeah.
So then
Who do you want to die first?
don't want anybody to die. I'm just saying the fact is
It will happen.
It
Yeah,
will
but
happen.
if you were watching it happen, who would you be?
I don't want anybody to die.
Okay,
Seriously.
you have to pick somebody from the show to die
Oh,
first.
that's easy, Butler.
Oh, my God.
Not because I want him to die, but he's the most expendable.
But he's least likely to die, though.
I don't know. With his chopper ways.
No,
Yeah, but he eats
It'll never
clean
happen. Yeah,
and,
he's fine.
He does have a doctor for a while.
He'll be
And
last
no
to
stress.
die. Yeah, no stress. He'll
Yeah,
be
the
last
guy
to
doesn't
die.
stress about anything.
Yeah. I mean, he's
He
wearing
stresses
Ghostbuster
out
shoes for Christ's
himself.
sake.
That's about it. With
Yeah.
his internet shenanigans.
Yeah, but how much real stress is that? Because
Nah.
I tell him not
He
to do
lives
it,
a
he
gl-
still
he
does
lives
it.
a great
So
life.
he can't be that stressed about it.
He
I'm
loves
like,
his
hey,
life.
I'm like, hey, it'd be better off if you don't fight with the people on the in social media and stuff. You'll have a better life. Yeah, yep. You know what, boss? You're right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try. Next day, fighting. I'm like, he's doing it still. Or you might not. I guess he doesn't care about it that much. If I say you shouldn't do it, and then he's like, you're right, and then still does it, then I don't even care if he does it. I'm just trying to give him a good piece of advice to be like, your life will be better if you don't fight with people.
But his life is already so much better than yours that even doing
I
that
know!
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't even
But
do
why
anything.
make it worse?
Because he needs a little bit of that to not make it 100% all the time. Because he needs contrast.
You're making your life purposely bad
yes.
just because you're bored?
Because he needs contrast.
I wish. Can you imagine? I can't even understand
I'm
that.
gonna freak out.
Imagine your life is so good and you have it so easy that you're like, I need some stress today. I'm gonna go. You know what?
Do you want some stress?
I'm gonna tell this guy what I
Do
think
you
about
want
Trump.
stress? We're not recording right now.
No.
Yeah, we are. I just
No.
yeah, I was just trying to
Dan
give you
didn't even
stress.
Yeah, there you go.
Did it do anything?
No.
Not really.
I was like, all right, start it again. I got more to talk about. It's the only time I just sit quiet. It's you or my wife. She don't want to hear it.
Oh.
My kids don't want to hear it.
Oh, no.
So I just torture you guys with it. And she tells me, she's like, you just got to stop telling me your theories. They're going to hate you.
So how is Butler able to navigate your theory so well?
He
Is
does-
that part
he's
of the
lying.
torture to make it?
lying.
So is that part of his torture that he uses to gain contrast to make his life, like, by design worse? So
A chopper just agrees with you, but he doesn't, none of it's
no,
computing.
he'll give input. He'll give input. I see
Yeah,
him.
but no, but
That's
that's
true.
all part of his. He learned that over years of chopping. He's just telling you. You know, it's like the old Al Bundy trick where your wife's talking to you and you're pretending to listen just by repeating back the last thing she said.
He's laughing.
Oh my
I know.
God.
That
I
means it's
figured
true.
it out.
Oh
Of
my
course
God.
it's true.
Oh,
I know.
no.
Listen,
I actually think I've caught Butler doing that to me. He's the smartest person in the studio now.
I'm a bumbling fool, but I know what's going on. I see. I'm
I
willing
feel
to.
bad for you now.
I'm willing to
And
look
you're
past-
willing to let him do that.
I know what's happening.
Because you need somebody to listen to your dumb ideas.
Yes.
This is the saddest show we've ever done.
We've come a long way. Hey.
We really had a.
Well, I can't tell
I
you
feel
guys
like-
We
on
worked
here.
this out.
I feel like in Mondays we come in here because and then we've done a lot of thinking over the weekend.
Yeah,
we do
yeah.
weekend thinking, and we get in here, and then we get really, really serious on these
Yeah.
shows, and we always have some sort of weird breakthrough with you where you're like, "Look, I figured it out," and sometimes I like that treatment. I like that at least somebody's listening to my ideas.
This is my free therapy.
Oh.
This is
Rough therapy, buddy.
This is exactly what I'd be paying some lady to hear.
God.
Wait a minute.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha is here. Butler's off to the post office and doing some stuff. Did you want to jump into some more voicemails and emails?
Yeah.
They have a tendency to pile up, and you can leave us a voicemail or an email message. Email address show@tomandan.com. Super duper easy. It goes to either me or Sam. The other thing you can do, there is a number you can call, 1-844-TOM and Dan. That's 1-844 TOM, the letter NDAN. Or if you have our free app with all of our content on it, it's probably how you're listening to this right now, you can just hit the button that says mediocre messages. Let's go email first, because I hate neglecting those, and I know I printed a few more either last week or early this morning.
I got some.
Here we go.
Okay. This is from our buddy Joey. Did we talk about this already? His ultimate chopper move?
No, I don't think we did his
Okay.
email.
He says, "Yo, fam, it's Joey. I'm pretty sure I found the point where nerd meets chopper. I can only describe this as an act of chopper maximums. I was at a popular theme park hotel, and as I'm walking up to the automatic sliding door, I raised my hand and used the Jedi mind trick to open the door. Upon realizing the nerd/chopper hybrid action I have just demonstrated, I held my head in shame. After shaking off my sadness, I took 3 steps forward, only to repeat the same damn action again. I'm now 110% sure that a chopper is subconsciously a chopper. You do it without even thinking about it. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. The chopper is strong with this Jedi."
I agree, Joey.
Yeah, that's definitely
Joey's a bit of a chopper.
a Venn diagram of chopping, but I still think that, like, at least with that, you're trying to present, you have magical powers and opening up something, so there's a presentation aspect of it, where I feel like Butler, when he's chopping a plant, that he doesn't.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
He doesn't even. He's not even doing it in even cognizantly where he thinks that people are looking at him. Like
We'll walk together and he'll chop a plant as we're walking, and I'll be like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Do what?" Like, he doesn't even know he does it.
So he's not doing it for attention. I feel like there's an element of the, hey, I'm opening or these automatic doors, or I'm closing the elevator, where you're like,
You're using your imagination.
yes, using imagination and showing other people, like, hey, I'm gonna have fun. Look at
Right,
magic.
right.
And this, I was like, oh, there's a present. Yes. But I do agree that is an element of, that's like if Butler's chopping a plant, you're like the Asperger's of chopping when you're down on the spectrum.
I could say that, yeah.
yeah.
I like that. I like that.
It's Asperger's chopping.
Let's, okay. Hey, no one has ever said that phrase before, ever. By the way, Asperger's chopper. Let's try this voicemail.
Hey guys, I had a question for y'all, since I know at least Dan used to smoke regularly, and I believe Tom did, but maybe he was more of just a party smoker. I smoked a little bit in college, smoked through college, but that was about it. And I know just from experience that, like, it makes you stinky, it makes everything stinky. And when you're a smoker, you don't really know the stinky, but I'll see smokers now, like there's a couple in our neighborhood that still step outside to smoke all their cigarettes. Like, it doesn't seem like a thing anymore to smoke in your house, even if you're a regular smoker. But do you think that really helps? Like I said, I only smoked in college, right? It wasn't that frequent, so it wasn't enough to, like, stain all my clothes and stuff. But if you're a regular smoker, pack a day, even if you smoke outside all the time, does your house still end up smelling like cigarettes? And then maybe it just smells less like cigarettes if you smoke outside all the time?
I think it's a case by case, right? Yeah. Like, I was, like, in upwards of 3 packs a day, like 2.5 packs a day.
Yeah.
I smoked a lot. But I only smoked outside. I never smoked. Well, I had one apartment I smoked inside, but that was not at my
college.
Yeah, because it'll still get in your clothes.
It will,
in
but
your
it
hats,
won't be
in
as
your
bad.
It won't be as bad. No, it won't be as bad.
Now, I will say, this is what I think. I can't give you an accurate answer.
Yeah.
Because I was smoking at the time, and I think anybody who smokes can't smell themselves.
As much, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I smelled like gross, like cigarettes. I think I did. I don't believe my home did. No one ever really, even people I knew that thought, even Andrea would be able to tell you, because we dated and I was still smoking.
I was gonna ask, were you still smoking when you guys got together?
Yeah, we could. I could possibly shoot a text her and see. I don't think my home smelled like smoke.
When when I went to middle school, I remember the teacher actually called me up and accused me of smoking cigarettes because my book bag smelled like the Marlboro Man's wallet.
Yeah. Do you remember when you used to open it and be like, and it just smelled like cigarettes?
So my homework I turned in smelled like cigarettes. So it's so
like
bad.
Opening your gig bag from Wally's.
Where the teacher, I guess, assumed they're like, well, there's no way it's just from this kid's house. Like he's got to be blowing smoke inside his backpack, and it wasn't. It was just inside of my house because my mom and my stepdad, they both smoked into the house, and they did it all throughout when I was a child. In the car with the windows up.
100%.
Yeah, smoke crazy.
I think if I were rich, I think I would have a house
with a smoking
that was
room?
an exact replica of the current house I live in that I could just do what I want smoking. Because there is something that feels kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to crap all over this. Because, look, guys, we all know smoking's bad and it's gross and it smells bad. We know it is. But I used to do it. And I'm going to have some fun for a second. I'm going to start thinking about how fun it would be to walk around my current home
smoking
and have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth while I'm making Maisie a bowl of mac and cheese or something.
Me and Crystal used to smoke in bed at the end of the night when we were watching.
After sex.
Not even after, just smoking.
Like the old cliche.
We watch TV and smoke, and then I was smoke in my living room when we watch movies. There's a big ashtray. So gross.
I used to smoke in front of my computer. You have an ashtray here, and I'd be all...
Ashes all in your keys.
I'd come home. Okay, I'd come home from doing. I was still doing radio, so I'd come home from doing late night Drew Garabo show. Then we'd go. I would do Drew's show. Then after the show, we'd end at 11, and we'd want to go out.
Yeah.
So by 11:45, I'm at Will's Pub having a beer, and at that point it was still smoking and drinking, right? So I smelled like Will's Pub and booze, and we get done there. Then I drive back to my apartment that was at UCF. Park my car, come inside. I'm amped from still, being out.
Yeah.
I'd grab another beer, cigarette in front of my computer. I'd fire up the old ICQ, maybe jump in an AOL chat room, talk to some people,
Oh, yeah.
Look at some internet porn, wait for 3 hours for the picture to load.
You never...
Better time.
Yeah, blow smoke everywhere. My whole computer, I had a compact computer. No, it was a Gateway. I had a Gateway computer, and the monitor was white, but when I moved, the monitor was like that eggshell yellow from my cigarette smoke, poofing it on the white. Oh, yuck.
You never smoked in your car, right?
I have never had a car I smoked in, no.
Oh, yeah. I smoked in all my cars.
Oh, yeah.
And I smoked in my old apartment, but that's because the guy before me smoked in it, so I figured I could.
And every one of my cars, the seat behind me would always have little burn holes because inevitably I'd go to ash out the window when I'm hauling ass down the road, and the ash would blow back into the car, into my back seat, and then just burn out, but it would burn tiny holes.
Yeah.
I'd also, miss sometimes. If it was raining, I'd be like a tiny crack, and I would scrape the top of my headliner.
You were one of the hardcores. If it was raining, I was just I'll just wait until I get to my destination and I'll smoke. I'm not trying to smoke while it's raining.
My stepdad installed, and so did my mom. They installed
the rain guards.
It was basically a hat for your windows,
man.
and it was a black piece of plastic.
Yeah, my dad.
So you could lower your
My
window.
dad's
Rain
like, don't get those. Only Mexicans have those. And I'd be like, Dad, you can't say that. That's racist.
My stepdad found it on some
Smokers Are Us.
Yeah, I think.
Well, no, you could get them in Napa. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
for
just,
sure.
You had a little line of that neoprene pushy sticky material, and you just stick it to the outside of your car.
My stepdad used to collect the Marlboro Miles, and and
Yep.
he used to have it. He used to have a big.
Like a sun tea jar that puts all his change in?
Well, a big water bottle, like an old, aqua.
Yeah, every dad has a water bottle, and you put
pennies.
guitar picks and pennies in.
Change, yeah.
You have that, and then he had another coffee can next to the water bottle with the pennies that he put all his Marlboro points in.
Yeah.
But then he had a trash bag.
Yeah.
And then one day my mom was telling him to clean his closet or whatever. So he's like, I'm turning these in. And then I remember looking through the magazine, and then he's like, "What do you want?" I'm
On a
like,
jet
Dude,
boat.
those catalogs had really good stuff.
And I remember I picked up
Most exciting time of my childhood.
a jumbo duffel bag
Yes.
that I got.
Just said marble right on the side
and I
of
was
it.
The red one, right?
Yeah.
And then I put my paintball gear in it.
Yeah.
They were good quality.
That's a
It was
song.
good quality.
Paintball gear in a Marlboro backpack. Got my paintball gear
Now that I think
in a
I'm
Marlboro backpack.
I'm sure when I showed up to the paintball place and every other kid like
Here
had
comes old Smokey Joe.
with a white trash kid, all his paintball gear, and his stepdad's marble bag. So then he
You
got
have to get the white trash kid on your team.
he got everything else he could possibly get, and then he's like, "What else?" And he only had enough miles, and he got the marble jacket and
The leather jacket?
the leather jacket.
Wow, that was coveted.
Dude.
And it
God,
was
he
like
could
a
be
he had a
nest-
lot of points.
He would have been the king of Deltona. He actually just putting it on.
Did it have tassels?
And I
It's
remember
like
me it had
pulling the
tassels.
sword from the stone.
And this was before the days where he had any reference at all about what size it was. And I remember this dude, like my stepdad was a small dude. He like weighed like 145 pounds, but he's ripped. He's a construction worker, carpenter, right?
Little guy.
And so he bought the marble jacket. I remember when he got it in the mail or whatever, I saw him putting it on, and he wasn't telling anybody. He was big balloony. He was so balloony and mad.
Fat Albert.
He got so mad because he got like a medium, but even a medium on him, it was like a fat guy
Because
marble
he's
medium.
petite.
Yeah, and it was so balloony.
This is going to be my Applebee's jacket.
Oh, and we started clowning him hard.
Why were you guys so mean to
You were
him?
mean as hell to him.
What was the bird he had that he loved?
We called him Eminem, and all this, like we just, and he never wore it again.
Oh, he saved all those points just to not wear the
Yeah,
jacket.
and they're all hard, and
18,000 points.
Was they bullied him so bad?
What was the bird he
Me
loved?
and Timmy and Jennifer.
What was the bird he loved?
Taz?
Taz.
Oh, yeah.
Then you
We
guys
bullied him about
bullied
that,
him. Then
yeah.
his bird flew away. He cried, right?
yeah. But then he put the thing
Why
outside.
don't you go cry in your Marlboro jacket? Your bird's dead. Go cry in your jacket, you idiot. You'll never be my dad.
He's stone cold, no emotion. Never seen him once ever show any emotion. So I thought it was okay, but maybe inside he was sad. I don't know.
Yeah, of
Who
course
knows?
he was.
No, I don't know, man. He was a real
I
man.
mean, he died loving you. Like all he did
Aw.
was the only crime he ever committed was he loved you.
I
so much.
half hugged him one time when I left to college, and they let me have a
And
keg
as
of
he's
beer
walking
while
away,
my
he's like,
friends-
"God damn, that hug feels good." I only did it for that. If only Taz had hugged me like that. My bird I love. TC just hugged me like these jean shorts. Hug my ass.
Then died at work like a real man. It just worked then. That's it.
Well, it's time for me to punch out. I mean, forever.
Jesus Christ.
That was it. Yeah. Real
It's time for me to get that. Real time for me to get that.
tan.
I'm going to take a vacation day in the sky.
Yeah, tan as hell. Always wore Guy Harvey shirts because he thought they were fancy. Like you could go out to Bahama Breeze with my
Guy
mom
Harvey?
and tuck in your Guy Harvey.
Oh, sir, you have a Guy Harvey shirt right this way. You have a kitchen. You have chef stay back.
I'm like, I've never seen you fish one time. Why do you love fish that much? He mad.
Why are you going to clown him?
Truthfully, the only
He's
reason
mad
I
about
wear
that
these
too.
Guy Harvey shirts is I've heard from other people these fish are racist, and I'm into that. How about this? I think I know something he'd hate.
Hey Sam, Tom, Dan, Butler, it's Christina. This is a short one, but I did want to correct myself. When I said that the Whopper, the Burger King Whopper was plant-based or whatever, I was being confusing. It is the Impossible Whopper. The Impossible Whopper is freaking amazing. And even if you enjoy a regular Whopper, like I promise you, it is like so good. And they pile on the fresh tomato and the lettuce and stuff. It's really yummy. Does it come with cheese? You have to ask for cheese. But anyway, y'all are kind of going back and forth about it. So sorry, I didn't even know they had like another kind of vegetarian based.
Yeah, there's Impossible and there's Beyond.
Yeah.
But there's Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger, or Impossible. The company just called Impossible.
And I think the Impossible, what they do is they've somehow figured out how to separate a particular plant-based something that emulates fat. And that's how they got it so close, because really all the other, like the veggie burgers and the black bean burgers or whatever, it would just, they couldn't emulate that fat that was in a regular meat, obviously. So I think Impossible figured out how to emulate that fat. That's why it tastes so authentic. But again, I wonder if we talk to a nutritionist, like if we ask Michael, because my current trainer, he knows a lot about food and nutrition. I bet if you took a regular Whopper that's meat and then Impossible Whopper, because that Impossible is not really healthy for you.
No,
like
no,
it's
no,
a lot
no.
of
It's
oils
just
and
meatless.
grease. Yeah. Both of them, I wonder if really, if you like a food scientist told you like if one was better than the other at that level, you know what I'm saying? Like you still get all the other stuff. It still is like, yeah, there's less actual grease, I guess, in the Impossible,
Yeah.
but I mean the damn thing's so small anyway. Like how much of a difference health wise is it?
And once you put all that other stuff on there, you know, it doesn't really even matter.
The cheese.
I almost lean more towards the way your wife orders her Whoppers over even. Okay, like follow me on this.
Yeah.
A Whopper, you're not buying a Whopper because you love the taste of the flame broiled meat. Because I would argue that if you wanted that, then you would just eat a steak or a plain burger. You know what I mean? Like
it's a fast food
yeah.
like
And
treat.
you got tomato and
It's
mayonnaise.
delicious.
and-
Like-
yeah, it's good. But I'm just saying, then you're not buying it because of the meat anyway. You're buying it because it's the Whopper.
Yeah.
So just get
So then you go the plant-based or the Impossible Whopper, and I agree. I've taken a bite of one before, and I'm like, it's pretty difficult to really tell the difference. I
Right.
mean, a little bit there, but if you just gave me that,
If no one even told you and you just ate it,
I
you
maybe
wouldn't-
like something's a little bit off, but I would be like delicious because everything else, the cheese, the tomatoes, the bread is more than the little sliver of meat anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it's all a gimmick when it comes to fast food, plant-based stuff, right? Like
Yeah,
they
I
just
think
got into the
so.
game because of money. Obviously, it's not like they care about your health.
No.
like so it's not healthier for you. It's just alternative to meat, and
Right.
that
right.
then
it's just given other options.
then it's just about not killing an animal. Right.
Right.
Yeah. So that's
Correct.
my wife eats vegetarian because of the animal purposes, not the health purposes.
Right.
And then
I like this. Ghost of Minute Bull chiming in says, at my fattest, I would order a triple Whopper, king-size onion rings, and a king-size Mountain Dew.
Holy crap.
Mountain Dew regular, not even
Full fat,
Not-
full fat dew.
It does sound good, though.
not even diet for my legs.
Is that why your legs are so skinny?
I get everything large diet Coke for my
I don't
legs.
think I could eat just the triple Whopper by itself. I don't even think I could eat that.
I've had a triple Wendy's.
I don't think I could eat it.
I did just to see if I could
you
do
get
it.
drunk.
I
and-
did a triple Wendy's, triple patty, and I barfed.
Oh, you barfed it,
Oh, my barf.
God.
dude.
Because it was just so much fat. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so much
grease
fat.
and sodium.
I did it one time after we were playing poker at Jimmy's house. We drove back to
a
Del Torre.
triple?
So Crystal drove.
I just wanted to see if I could eat it.
We used to stop at Burger King and eat late in the middle, like after Thursday Night Poker. I was wasted drunk, and then I'm like, I'm getting the triple, and Crystal's like, don't get it. I got it, and then I ate it all, and I had the worst acid reflux in my entire life to
start
where
hallucinating.
I thought I damaged my esophagus. Like I was like, it feels like razor blades are cutting my whole throat up. And
Did you just have the triple, nothing else?
well, I ate fries and whatever else.
some sort of
just-
soda.
but I mean, the
Like a
mix-
lot of ketchup? I'm trying to think what the acid
Don't know
reflux,
why.
I guess
Well,
just the
think about
meat,
too
and
the
much.
grease.
beers that he was
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah.
you know,
I was S-faced, and then with that amount of
You
grease,
thought you burned yourself.
so I thought I was like, well, I can't live like
can
this.
never eat again.
I have to kill myself because
I
this,
talk for a living. And
this is horrible.
Why did he kill himself? Well, he played poker and he got a triple Whopper, ate it, burned his esophagus out.
But that was, in my younger days. And 25, you could do that stuff.
Has anybody had those spicy nuggets that McDonald's was
No.
supposed
I
to?
can't. Man.
Yeah, we don't eat that stuff anymore, right?
Well, I never liked McDonald's nuggets anyway. Fast food nuggets are gross.
Yeah. Do your boys like Happy Meals and stuff
Yeah,
like
oh,
that?
yeah. They,
Yeah, May likes them too, but it's not like they get them a lot.
Yeah.
But when they do,
yeah.
they like it.
Special occasions, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
And when I give it to them, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what am I giving to you? There's like the nutritional value of this garbage. Like, you just eat the box. It's nothing. It's just empty, dead calories and grease. But they love it, and they like my biggest problem with it is the horrible toy. And McDonald's, step your toy game up a little bit. Also,
They used to give good toys.
the plastic garbage toy, and they get it a lot at McDonald's. Every time they get it, I'm just like, oh my God, because I know that they look at it, they'll be like, yay, and then I'll punt it in the trash literally 2 hours later because they'll be done with it.
There's no
Longevity, lasting. There's
There's
nothing.
no playability with it.
I feel like back in the day, we used to be able to get
You used to give glass mugs.
yeah, something where you keep. Like I remember there would be characters like you get the Hamburglar like a.
Oh my God! I got the Bugs Bunny Space Jam
Yes!
plush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Dude,
in a Happy Meal.
I just talked about this yesterday. Wendy's used to get Potato Head kids. It was a full-on, a little potato head with a whole outfit. You had a hat
cool.
and sunglasses, arms and legs.
Yeah.
Then I remember they had that one. I remember making videos with the dolls because they were so cool. Then I remember them giving away. You're right. They used to give away like an action figure of some sort.
Yeah. Now I'm not even joking. The other day, the boys got a plastic box that you had to put together. There was some sort of game, or like I guess they obviously didn't have a promotion with the next Pixar film or anything.
Well, nothing's being made right now.
Yeah. So,
Man, the best one I got was that damn video game I got from Burger King. It was an Xbox video game.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
What?
They probably did a promotion with Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to have the Burger King video games. I still have all of them.
So it was a plastic box in a plastic bag, and I remember opening it, and then Tommy's like, "Can you put this together?" And I was looking at the instructions. I put the box together, and then there was it. It was like some sort of instructions about like, "Hey, this is a game you could play with someone else." And
It's called Make Daddy Put Together the Box.
It was like roll this. It was like kind of a dice game mixed with something, but it was just a box. And I was like this, and then punted it right in the trash. And then I felt immediately bad. Like this will end up in some island in Taiwan. And people will be
next thing you know, some Hawaiian girls trying to get the Aya Tafiki because the whole thing's all brown, black crazy.
Quit giving us all garbage, McDonald's. Bye-bye.